Earlier this year, in 1789, Mr. David Ramsay, late of the Continental Congress, a gentleman in South Carolina, I believe, published a history of the American Revolution, the first history of the war written by an American to be published. And it's a fine work, but I find the title curious, for it presumes that, of course, the American Revolution was precisely the same thing as our War of Independency. But that is not universally believed. I can think of two of my colleagues in the Great Congress, indeed two gentlemen who signed the Declaration of Independence, who might disagree as to that. One of them was John Adams. Mr. Adams has always maintained that the real revolution, the true American Revolution, was that which occurred in the hearts and minds of the American people in the 10 or 15 years before the first shot was fired. It was that revolution, says he, in which the American people began to feel and see themselves as a distinct people, separate from the people of Great Britain, in which they began to alter their opinions and their views of things such as royalty and our obedience to a king, etc. All that had to be accomplished. The mind of America had to be changed before a war of independency could possibly be considered. And that, says Mr. Adams, was the true American Revolution, a revolution that one might say ended with the Declaration of Independence. Now, another gentleman, Dr. Benjamin Rush, one of my fellow Pennsylvanians, holds a very different view. In his view, the Declaration of Independence was just the beginning, and the war was simply part of that revolution. The real revolution, says he, is the transformation of our institutions until the principles articulated in our Declaration, principles of equality and liberty, are infused through all our institutions in both church and state. He says that revolution is not yet finished. Indeed, it has a great deal of distance yet to go. It was certainly not simply the war, but there is much work yet to be done before the true American Revolution is finished. Now, I don't intend to take sides upon this particular debate. I think much could be said on either side. But considering Mr. Rush, I must confess that there is much in our union which still does require improvement if we are to truly realize the principles of liberty and equality which were the foundation of our revolution. Nowhere is this more clear than in regard to the keeping of slaves. Nothing is more inconsistent with the principles we have declared than that there should be persons, our fellow human creatures, yet in dire bondage amongst us. And it seems to my mind that until that institution is abolished, the American Revolution is not yet done.